Pele is widely deemed to be one of the greatest footballers of all time. Before the emergence of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, he was commonly regarded as the greatest footballer to ever grace the beautiful game. FIFA, football's governing body, officially claims that his overall goal tally exceeds 1,200 and state that it is a record that is unlikely to ever be surpassed. When you couple this with his 3 World Cup winners' medals, it seems impossible to question the validity of his legacy. In this video, I will be dissecting Pele's career and presenting examples of how Pele has done everything in his power to elevate himself to godlike status within the footballing world. There is absolutely no doubt that Pele was an exceptional footballer, but falsified statistics and narcissistic self-promotion leaves me contemplating, is Pele a fraud? Let's start by looking at his overall goal tally, shall we? As previously mentioned, FIFA claimed that he tallied up over 1,200 professional goals, but what they failed to mention is that they include goals scored in unofficial friendlies and exhibition matches. Typically, career goal tallies consist of goals scored in competitive matches, with the exception of international friendlies. Therefore, his actual official goal tally is 757 goals in 812 games. This record is still incredible, which brings into question why Pele felt it was necessary to stand by these stats that FIFA falsely claimed he earned. Perhaps he was insecure that people would question his status as the greatest ever if he didn't have completely unchallengeable stats on his CV. Pele competed in 4 World Cups and won 3 winners' medals, scoring 13 goals in the process. However, it is important to mention that Pele never won the Golden Boot at a World Cup. In fact, in the 1958 World Cup, in which Pele participated, and Brazil were victorious, France's Just Fontaine scored as many goals in that one World Cup as Pele managed in 4. In 1962, when Brazil were victorious again, Pele was injured for most of the tournament, scoring 1 goal and not featuring in the final. In 1970, when Pele earned his 3rd winners' medal, a record which still stands today, he was fully fit and tallied 4 goals. This was 6 shy of the Golden Boot winners Gerd Muller's 10 goals and 3 shy of teammate Jairzinho's 7. Other than his tally of winners' medals, Pele boasts no individual records at World Cups. Football is a team sport, and there is far more to it than scoring goals, but it's very suspicious that Pele has allegedly amassed an unchallengeable goal tally over his career, but he was never able to do it on the world stage. Now is when we get to Pele's arrogant tendencies that have aided him being revered the world over. When being asked about Lionel Messi, Pele stated, "People always ask me, when is the new Pele going to be born? Never. My father and mother have closed the factory. When Messi scored 1,283 goals like me, when he's won 3 World Cups, we'll talk about it." Many things can be drawn from this quote. Pele is perfectly entitled to believe himself to be a better player than Messi, but why does he feel the need to support himself with massively embellished stats that, as previously mentioned, have been debunked? Pele is also renowned for referring to himself in the 3rd person. This is perhaps the most arrogant way in which a person can refer to themselves, with Pele famously stating, "I think of Pele as a gift of God." In 2004, Pele compiled a list of the 100 greatest living footballers. This is when his narcissism and arrogance becomes objectively clear. Throughout his international career, Pele played with some incredibly talented players, who were no doubt just as important at claiming the coveted prize as Pele himself. I mentioned Jairzinho, who scored 3 goals more than Pele in the 1970 World Cup, claiming the Golden Boot as well as a winner's medal. Yet bizarrely, Pele did not include him in the list, nor did he mention numerous teammates, including Gerson, who supplied him with countless sumptuous assists throughout their international career together. Comparatively speaking, this would be the equivalent of Messi not including Xavi in his list of greatest ever, or Thierry Henry not including Dennis Bergkamp. Now, it is possible that Pele simply didn't have room for these players in his top 100. But what I'm about to tell you makes it abundantly clear that it is simply not the case. Included in Pele's list was El Hadji Diouf. At the time, he had only spent 6 or so years in professional football, and whilst he was deemed a prospect, his stats were uninspiring and his career went on a rapid, downward trajectory thereafter. Whilst it could be argued that Pele was overly enamoured by glimpses of talent shown by El Hadji Diouf, it is more likely that Pele went out of his way to omit teammates who were quintessential factors in Pele's own success, just to elevate his own iconic status? Is it possible that Pele intentionally tried to eradicate his teammates from the history books in order to enhance his own importance during Brazil's most triumphant period? Whilst this can't be proven, it is very hard to fathom any other reason for the exclusion of various teammates. Pele was undoubtedly a world-class footballer, but with all the evidence I have provided, can it even be disputed that Pele is, in fact, a fraud? I personally believe that the embellishment and falsification of stats has done nothing but tarnish Pele's legacy. Please feel free to share your theories and opinions in the comment section below. Thanks for listening.